getting you the developments, what's happening in neighboring Bangladesh, as Bangladesh is again on a boil, where protesters have now vandalized the office of the country's largest newspaper, the Daily Prathamalo and the Daily Star, where multiple journalists had to be rescued. The widespread outrage happening over the death of a youth leader, Sharif Osman Hadi, where massive protests have erupted in Dhaka and other regions as well, following the death of the youth leader in Singapore, where he was airlifted to further treatment. However, India's name is now being unnecessarily dragged as far as when it comes to fueling the fire of the anti-India sentiment in Bangladesh. Well, the similar kind of pictures, Srinjoy, that has been coming in from Bangladesh, what was mentioned as their so-called July uprising, but this is the anti-India sentiment that continues to be fueled. The Indian Assistant High Commission office also that has been attacked in Chittagong.
Yes, this is the worrying situation, and this is what we are hearing now, that the Assistant High Commission in Chittagong was attacked last night. And this is not something India would like. This is not something that is acceptable at all. And naturally, India would want security measures, adequate security for all Indian missions and all Indian citizens in Bangladesh. Now, particularly diplomats, we heard from sources in the government just now that all the people in the embassy, High Commission in Dhaka, they are safe. But the fact that there has been an attack on the Assistant High Commission in Chittagong is the worrying issue.
How are they really actually planning as far as when it comes to containing of the situation, the so-called uprising, Srinjoy? Because there is an interim government in power, but it seems to be doing little there. Now, what we are also told that the army has called in to contain the situation.
Yes, the army has been called in is what we are hearing, and if it's necessary, let the army do what it can, because this cannot spread. First of all, it began in Dhaka. Now we see trouble in Chittagong and different parts of the country. It's a big country, 150 million people. That's a lot of people. That's like Germany and France put together. Now, if there is so much trouble all over the country, quite naturally, and this government is not being able to sort of handle the situation, then you need the army on the streets to at least maintain law and order. Now, this is a government that is not elected. This is a government that has not faced an election or the people for about 15 months. Now the elections are in February is what we are hearing. If you have trouble like this, can you hold the election? That is the other question that is coming up.
Well, that's the point there, because as far as when it comes to Indian nationals and who have been working at the Indian High Commission there, have reported to be safe, but multiple leaders there, in fact, when we speak of these media outlets and senior journalists, they have also been assaulted and their offices having been vandalized as well. Please do stay on with us, Srinjoy, because we are moving on to another international development this morning. Let's shift focus now